Hey guys, welcome back. Um, so I got a new knife to show you all. Comes in this black leather case here. So I'll go ahead and open it up and show you all. Yes, this is a case select. This is a dark blue bone seahorse whittler. Now the story with this knife, I was at the flea market again, of course, and I had seen this knife and a few others, a hawksbill in particular, that I was looking at. And I was planning on buying the hawksbill because, it wasn't a super cheap deal, but, it wasn't overpriced or nothing. It was under its retail value. And it was new, it was probably, I think it was 2021 from the look I got at it. So I passed on it to see what else was there. And there was nothing else at the entire flea market. This was the only guy set up with any case knives. So, I came back and, this was sitting, in his case like that. And I almost didn't even ask, what it was, because this guy, normally he has high prices on his stuff. But I seen it and I thought, might as well ask because it's a really pretty knife. And he responded with 50 bucks for it. And I was like, man, what a deal. So I went ahead and snatched that up. I checked the blades, of course, first, because I thought it was almost too odd to get that at such a good deal from someone like him. But it turned out to be great. And I'll go ahead and show you all here. This knife is almost perfect. As you can see, it's a numbered knife. It's 85. Now I need your all help here. So most of you know, if you're informed a lot in the case, that the select knives will have an XX shield and their tag stamp will be a specific tag stamp. This is just a regular 2000s tag stamp, 2000 through 2009. So, I'm kind of confused why this knife doesn't have it. So I looked it up and I found, this same knife going for, good money, but it was in just a regular 2000s box, and it didn't make sense to me. But those knives, it was the exact same knife, except it was 2003. And if you look at this tag stamp, this is 2002. I couldn't find one from 2002, only from 2003. And in 2003, they had, it didn't have this numbering on it. That has 85. It didn't have a number on the bolster. So it was just kind of plainer. But this one in particular has a numbered bolster, so I'm really kind of confused on if this is a case select knife, if it's not, and this dealer has just put this knife in there. But if he's done that, how did this knife end up with that numbering on the bolster? So, I'm kind of confused, and in my head I come up with some theories like, well, maybe this was like a first run of this particular pattern and they put it in this box and kind of shipped it out to special people or something, and somehow it ended up here. Or, different things like that. But I'm pretty confused. If you all have any information on it, I'd love to hear about it. Shoot it out in the comments. Let me know. Because I'd love to hear your all's thoughts on it. But yeah, it comes in this nice select box. Nice leathered. I think this is actually navy blue, not black, like I said earlier. But yeah, this is just a beautiful knife. And of course, if you all haven't never seen a seahorse whittler before, it comes with this nice thick Warncliffe blade, and then a small coping and a small pin blade. And they all have, the pin and coping blade both have, fairly good walk and talk, good snaps on both. But this Warncliffe blade has probably I'm saying 8.5 and 9 pull on it. It's got a great pull to it. So it's a very, very nice knife, very stiff spring, which is good. And if you all don't know, the reason they call these a seahorse whittler is because of the shape of them. They're kind of shaped like a seahorse with that curve to them to fit them. And they're made for taking that Warncliffe and whittling down. Now, if you follow my channel frequently, I also have this same whittler in jade bone. Except this one has the arrowhead shield, and it's a 2003, not a 2002. So I've got both of those there, and that's pretty neat that I ended up getting that. I don't know the history behind it, and I've tried searching it up. I've tried thinking of different, scenarios that could have happened, but in my head I can't come up with nothing. But yeah. Also, just so you all know, just to point this out, this knife in the background here, it was in my first collection video. If you all haven't watched that, you probably have no idea what this cheap little China knife's doing in the back. This was actually my first ever knife. My dad was given this when he was born, and he passed it to me when I was born. So it's kind of a very sentimental knife, and I'm actually working on a channel logo to go with this. That's why I haven't changed just the picture for my logo right now. It'll change soon. I've got one coming up, but yeah, I just wanted to show that cheap little China thing off, but it's pretty sentimental, and that will be part of the logo. Also, I'm gonna shout out myself here. I have a new Instagram. It's just BC Knives. Type that in, you'll find me. And if you're looking at the profile picture, it'll be a picture of this stag muskrat here. So if you search that up, it'll be a picture kind of looking like that probably. So look for that, and just go give me a follow. I don't have too many followers, and I only have one post right now. I tried to take another post with this knife today, but it got dark before I could. But there will be a post for that soon. But yeah. So basically, I just wanted to show that off. I'm asking that if anybody has any information, on this whittler, let me know. I'd love to know. But yeah, it's a beautiful piece. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a select, because if you look at that, there's nothing wrong, no gaps, blades all centered, each and every one of them, even though you can't really get much of a centering with these two. But man, how perfect is that? And that jigging, that's corncob jig with that deep blue bone on it. Man, it's a beautiful knife, very beautiful. And it looks just like a select knife, minus the shield and the tag stamp with it. Like, I would assume that like a knife like this would be a select knife because of how premium that stag is, and you just don't see it in a muskrat a lot. And just noticing how there's no gapping and how perfect it is. So there's something like that, versus something like this. This isn't a, select or premium knife, because it's a toothpick, and it's a medium toothpick, but it's just bone stag, and the bone stag isn't even that pretty. There's bone stag that can look like this, look real pretty, even good on the front too. And then there's bone stag like that. So, you can kind of tell, and this just looks like a premium knife. But I just wanted to make this video, show that beautiful knife off to you all. Yeah, go give me a follow, BC Knives on Instagram. I'll be posting almost daily, unless there's just something that comes up. I should be posting daily, just photos of knives, and it won't always be case knives. I'll throw other stuff in there too, and I'm planning on bringing more stuff, more different knives into the channel. I think I've only ever showed off this Cutmaster. I think that's probably the only knife other than a case I've showed off, not counting my collection video. So yeah, that's basically all I gotta say. I want to show you all these though. These are polishing stones from a case. They come in a box like this. They're called case erasers. They remove rust and grime and stuff. And I'll show you all what they did for this knife. These back springs were messed up, and this bail was all rusted over, and this blade, it cleaned it up a lot. Like, this blade was way worse before I took this eraser, and I also used some case polish. I'm running low. I might need to get another tube. But yeah, it's cleaned this sucker up good. I mean, there's still some spots on it, but you mean you're not gonna get everything off of it, but yeah, it's really helped clean some of my knives like that up. So, you know, if you're ever looking for something to clean an old knife up with, I'd try that. But yeah, that's basically all I've got for you in this video, guys. Thank you all for supporting and watching. I know a lot of my views and comments come from other YouTubers and people who have the same passion as me for this, but I love to see other people who don't have channels or don't, you know, share their other stuff, like their own collections, just comment, because that's kind of how I was for a long time. I would watch these guys, and I had my own little collection growing, but I just liked seeing what other people had and what my collection could grow into. And it was really cool because, you know, I'm from Kentucky, you know, and there's a lot of people we're into, you know, guns and, you know, knives and stuff like that. But, you know, a lot of people around here just didn't get into it, especially my family just didn't get into it as much as I did. So there's no one for me to really, I guess you could say, connect with on it. But, you know, on here, you've got all these people who have the same exact interest as you do. So it's pretty cool. And it inspired me to start my channel and show off these knives to other people who may not want to. But yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. But thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, and please comment. I love seeing everybody's comments, and I especially want your all's opinion on what you think has transpired with this knife. So, you know, let me know. Go give me a follow on Instagram. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.